Yeah, last week, tough game against St. Mary's. First half was a little bit of a letdown for us, but we came out second half, played much better, showed some improvement, and we got a little bit more out of the performance. So the film breakdown and talking through the last 40 minutes with the guys was very productive.
We really didn't come out the way we wanted to. We came in with a game plan and just didn't really stick to it. But as far as coming out the second half and just trying to up the tempo a little bit, we had a couple guys come in that second half and really bring the energy, and you can really see the difference between the two halves. Just energy wise.
First half came out a little flat, just not coming up hot enough on defense, almost like that mindset of they're that number one team and not really giving it that full state hits feeling. And then second half though, it came out really showed who we are. Had some great subs come on, like Nico and a few other kids that came on, just really gave that elevation of energy.
Just been playing 9 ever since I started playing rugby. There's always a little 9 kind of competition within the game. I also just try to take the other 9 out of the game. Part of that game, he was so focused on me, he wasn't really organizing his team, and I was just kind of getting in his head the whole game, trying to lift my team up and just keep those energy levels going, especially in a tough game like that,
Yeah, so I think the one thing that we turned around quite a bit in the second half is on defense, we didn't sit and wait for St. Mary's to come to us. They're the type of team where if you put them on the front foot or you let them make the move on attack, you're going to be chasing them all day.
I'm really proud of how we responded in the second half, particularly the last 20 minutes of the second half. We really rushed them when we played defense. Our line speed, we were right in their face, and it really opened up our offensive play on go-forward ball.
There were some moments where I think we showed that we can start to approach playing at that level and that type of performance with a team like St. Mary's, and that's encouraging. But, again, obviously a lopsided match, and looking to improve those little things moving forward so that we're a little bit better poised to play against Cal.
So I think we learned what it takes to compete with the number one team in the nation, and if we can put that last 20 minutes into a full 80-minute game, then we can get towards where we want to be.
In the first half of the game, we started off slow, but we realized what we had to do, and in the second half, I think we really brought it. And if we bring that intensity against Cal, I think we have a real good shot at winning.
Good afternoon and welcome in. You're watching Aztec Rugby on TVX Sports. My name's Randall Sliz, and I'm here again with James DeLeo, our match announcer. How's it going, man?
Going well. How are you?
Doing good.
Fantastic.
Today we got another great matchup for you. The Aztecs welcome in the number 4 Cal Golden Bears. It's going to be their first 15s competition since 2011.
Yeah, and I was on that team when we played them in 2011. Let's just say it didn't go too well for us. So hopefully, have a better game today.
Yep, let's see a better showing from the Aztecs today. It's a beautiful February day here in San Diego. I don't think I'm ever going to get sick of saying that. We're sitting right around 80 degrees, I think my phone said, but I think it feels a lot warmer than that.
Definitely does. I guess the one thing that state will have an advantage in here is that we're used to that kind of heat. Definitely different this time up in Northern California.
So we've got another tough matchup again for the Aztecs. Cal comes in, like I said, ranked number 4, and they're coming off a couple of gigantic victories. Last week in their home opener, they beat the Olympic Club 87-19, and the week before that, they knocked off Cal Poly with a score of 81-6. In both games, Cal scored 13 tries.
Yeah, I mean, for everyone that follows along with San Diego State, we know the rivalry we have with Cal Poly, always beating them is difficult. But putting that kind of hurting on a PRP men's club, Olympic club team is very impressive. Look for them to have a good showing all season.
And then on the other hand, San Diego State stayed at number 14 in the rankings, even after taking that loss to St. Mary's last weekend. When I talked to the guys earlier this week, they all kind of told me the same thing. The first half against St. Mary's was a bit of a wake-up call, but they played much better in the second half, and they feel confident coming into today's game. Did you see that too?
Definitely agree. First half, they were shell-shocked. The speed that St. Mary's put out on the pitch just weren't ready for. As the second half kind of came together, they settled down and definitely put on a better defensive showing. Look for them to try to build on that rather than taking a step back and kind of bring the heat, if you will, towards the offensive Cal.
There you go. So the Aztecs have their work cut out for them today. And in doing my research for this pregame today, I found out this Cal rugby program dates all the way back to 1882. They took 2 wins and 1 loss and 1 tie in that first season of competition. That means they started this winning tradition in 136 years ago.
Little known fact, the first varsity program at Cal was rugby. Before football, before anything, it was rugby.
And that winning tradition continues with Coach Jack Clark at the helm.
Yeah, Coach Clark is awesome. I've met him a couple times, played against him a couple times. Obviously a great program. You have to have a great head coach, and that's no different here at for Cal.
No doubt. I had a chance to catch up with Coach Clark a few minutes ago, and he gave me a few thoughts on today's game. Let's go ahead and roll that interview. Hey, I have with me Coach from Cal Golden Bears, Jack Clark. Today's your first match against San Diego State since 2011. Tell me what it's like to be back in San Diego.
Yeah, it's always good to be in San Diego. I mean, it's beautiful down here. We've got a lot of family and friends from this area, so we're really pleased to be here.
All right, and today, what are you going to bring out? What can we see from your guys on the field today?
Well, it's early season for both these teams, so we're just trying to, kind of find ourselves, and we're not too elaborate of a team this time of year. We would probably add to our sophistication as the season rolls along, but yeah, I'd like us to play as clean as possible. We've had some reasonable performances, nothing great, nothing bad yet. So anxious really to see how we go.
All right, and I'm pretty new to the game of rugby, but in doing my preparation for this interview, for this game, I noticed your team's got a lot of accolades, and you yourself have many accomplishments in your career. So I'm just kind of wondering if you could give us a little bit about what the game of rugby means to you in your life, in your career.
Well, it's a sport, right? And it's a great sport where it takes a lot from the participants. They have to pass and catch and think with the ball in their hand and make decisions for their team, and so it's a very challenging game, and so it's attractive for a lot of reasons. And my great enjoyment from the game at this point comes from student athletes being on a team and playing a sport for all of those benefits that we get out of being a part of something larger than ourselves.
There you go. All right, thanks guys. We'll throw it back over to the pregame show. All right, there you go. That was head coach Jack Clark. He's got one of, if not the most storied career in American rugby. His opposite number, the head coach for San Diego State, is Alex Lichtig. If you tuned in earlier today, you probably saw our interview with him and a couple of the other players talking about their preparation for today's game. James, you ready to jump into the starting lineups?
Yeah, let's get going. Let's do it.
All right, first for the traveling side, Cal, we'll take a look at their forwards.
Yeah, definitely look to highlight Kevin Sullivan. He's playing loose head prop, 2017 All-American. Fantastic around the pitch, even better in the scrum. Look for him to have an impact.
All right, and then in the backfield for the Bears.
Yeah, they're pretty much stacked throughout the entire bit. Look for their inside center, Isaiah Tongalava. He actually played football at Cal. He's a unit, real strong lines. He's going to do very well today.
Nice job on that pronunciation.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate it.
And for the Aztecs in the forwards, Patrick Walls is back. it's starting at lock, and Trevor Jackson's making his first start at lock.
Yep, I mean, little bit of changes throughout. Look at Esmont. He played scrum half last week. He'll be playing flanker for us today. Awesome kid, going to have a big impact on the game.
Sounds good. And in the backs for the Aztecs, Nico Gilly is making his first start of the season at number 9. He came into the St. Mary's game last week, and he had a big impact.
Big impact off the bench. Him and Carlos Ramirez, 2 freshmen. Look for them to link up early and often. Big look for the future of the San Diego State rugby.
And we see those same familiar faces. I mention them every week, Switzer, Loopy, and Flink. And then we got the 2 wings, Jake and Jake. Before we move on, I just want to shout out Anton Malco from the Cal Bears. He did a ton of help. He gave us a ton of help, giving us a lot of information on this Cal team.
Absolutely.
So we'll hope to infuse that into your in the broadcast today. So thanks a lot, Anton. All right, so it seems like we're just about set. James, you got any last thoughts before we get started here?
No, get ready for a great game. 2 top 25 teams. Cal and the pretty whites, and Aztecs in the black. Awesome. Stay tuned.
There we go. All right, enjoy the game, and I'm going to go jump on the camera. We'll see you in a bit.
Welcome back, San Diego State versus the Cal Bears. I'm here with my good friend and ally, Oren Contret. Oren, how you doing today?
Doing well. How are you doing today?
Absolutely fantastic. We got the Aztec Warrior out. Look for a great game. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. Beautiful day out here. 2 great programs. Looking forward to putting a big performance out today.
Definitely looking forward to this day on the Mesa. Beautiful weather we're having, like always. Nice cool breeze coming in from that ocean west side.
Absolutely. Like we were mentioning earlier, it's pretty warm out. The one thing I think San Diego State will have a little bit of an advantage of is they're used to that heat. But still, Cal is a fantastic program. Expect a lot of hard hitting today.
Definitely looking forward to a big physical match out of both sides today.
Kickoff from the freshman scrum half, Nicholas Gilly. And we're underway. Nice deep kick there by San Diego State.
Taken by Mary.
Early penalty not rolling away on the hooker, Curtis Schmidt. Cal takes the quick tap. Look for him to make a big run there. Early we spotlight him. Isaiah Tungalava. Big inside center for Cal. Solid, stout defense on display early by San Diego State. Already a better showing early out compared to the St. Mary's game. Got to wrap up.
Tackles.
There he is again, Isaiah Tongalava with the break. Finds the wing on the outside.
Taken by Ari Flink.
And a great tackle there by Ari Flink. Looks like he just put him out into touch. Great defense, even making up for that poor bit early on. We'll have a line out here for San Diego State, thrown in by the flanker, Esma Ordak. Just as we started to sing the praises, Cal has a big line break, able to link up with the fullback, Marcus Stracklin.
Right out of the gate when you're going against a team like Cal Berkeley, the team that plays toughest the longest, that usually ends up on top.
We had a poor line out there.
See if San Diego State can rally here.
more times than not, especially when you're in that red zone, you want to do high percentage throws. They went with the 6 and just weren't able to link up. Cal now has the advantage. Look for them to make a hard line here. And a knock on. San Diego State will play with advantage here. Look for them to possibly kick to clear. Find space, Nico Gilly, and the ball's going to roll very well in the dry grass here out at State. Pulled in by the wing, Zach Tavner. Cal clears to the corner. Look for the quick line out, unable to do so. Good chase there.
Good back and forth here already in the first half.
Watching Cal play, they're obviously greatly coached, but their kicking game is second to none. They're able to find space and put any defense under pressure. Line out here for San Diego State. Not looking like they're where they were looking to throw, but they did win the line out. Oh, and a big hit there on the fly half, Carlos Ramirez.
An advantage. High tackle.
Just a little bit of an over pursuit there, which led to the high tackle against Cal. San Diego State looking to clear the kick and set up their own line out. 0 for 2 so far on offensive line outs. Definitely going to get that going in the opposite direction. Nice clearance kick. And a nice take by San Diego State. Just did get it over the head of the lock there, Sebastian Bader. Great launch so far by Cal. And he's able to get the half cab, Austin Switzer. Nice little line break, looking for anyone to link up with. So far unable to do so. Ari Flink with the man over. We have a penalty against the, looks like it might be the 8-man of Cal, Thomas Robles. We'll set up the scrum here. Again, look for the All-American loose head, Kevin Sullivan, to go work against the U19 tight head, Jake Jorstad.
It's going to be the first hit of a scrum against both teams here.
Got to look for that low platform. Loose head, Liddell Dunlap, third game. 3 great teams. Definitely baptism by fire, if you will.
Yeah, he's held his own, you know, being the first guy coming out here to play rugby.
Oh, absolutely.
A few key errors, but nothing that they couldn't rally back from.
Nice launch there by San Diego State. Big hit by Jake Jorstad. Able to put Cal on the back foot there. I don't know about you, Oren, but it definitely looks like San Diego State's having a better launch today on defense compared to St. Mary's. Maybe getting that first one out of the way has helped out a lot.
Definitely. Putting Cal under a little bit more pressure can actually help them a little bit more today, especially when you have a strong attacking
Absolutely
by Cal. Good launch, puts them under pressure.
And we have a knock on there.
Just like so.
Knock on by Sam Casano out of Granite Bay High School. San Diego State with their first offensive scrum of the day on the far side of the pitch. Cal always been a great scrummaging program. Their actually assistant coach Mike McDonald played for the Eagles for a number of years and overseas as well for Worcester. Great program, obviously. I keep saying that, but great scrummaging that they have there. put him under a lot of pressure. State's able to get that ball out. Bit of an overlap. Ari Flink looking for that half gap, able to find Jake Vassar on that unders line, but we're going to have a knock on. However, the playing advantage. State's going to have the ball, maybe look to go quick, but are not most likely going to set up a line out here.
If you're just joining us, follow us on all of our social media at TVX Sports Video, hashtag TVX Sports Live. You find us on Twitter and YouTube.
And it finds touch. State looking to set up their line out, slowly but surely making their way down the pitch. Nice deep throw, but he's unable to link up with Austin there at the 6th throw. Nick Gilly with the tackle. Cal definitely on the front foot here, linking up with the forwards, having some hard crashing lines. But still the defensive pressure there by State looks very well. Cal finding the space. Ari is there to clean up the kick. Finds the freshman wing, Jake Vassar. Definitely probably want to kind of get a go forward there rather than run side to side, but they're able to keep the ball in hand.
Good hands by Jake Jorstad, picking up that low pass.
Loose in the contact. Knee was down. Cal has to let go of the man there and let him play. Unable to do so. On the penalty against Cal. Look for another line out here again. So far, so good for both teams. Great display of rugby. 0-0. Just about coming up on 9 minutes into the first half.
Excellent kick.
Talking to Nick earlier this week throughout training, we're asking about how it was coming on in the second half, and he was pretty excited about it. That's all I can say. And he's definitely had an impact early on. Great service there from the base of the scrums and rucks.
Looking for State to try to win this line out here. They've been playing on the front foot a little bit this first half. Great winning the line out. Let's see what the backs can do when they get it out wide here.
Finds Jake Danny out on the wing. Nice tackle by his opposite number.
Has to go there and support.
Might be close there for a bit of a diving over. Trevor Jackson with the run.
Altos Fisher gives it to Curtis Schmidt.
Gets that ball back. But the defensive counter ruck of Cal is ferocious, putting the San Diego State ruck under a lot of pressure. Jake Jorstad's been all over the pitch so far. Just went a little high into contact there, but able to win the ball on their own.
Hassan Wardak with a hard charge forward.
Definitely plays above his weight. Like we had mentioned, played scrum half last week. Now he's playing 6. Always finding the half gaps there, Ari Flink. Big run by Curtis Schmidt. Slowly but surely making their way down the field. Oh, and just with one hand, Patty Wall is able to keep that ball from going into touch. So vicious with his skills there.
Good hit.
And a big hit by Cal's defense. Bend but do not break is what you're seeing right now.
A little frantic with the ball play here.
Great defense there by Cal.
Just a slight lack of communication on the outside in the back line. Causes a little bit of a hiccup there. Even just played a little over 11 minutes here. The boys looking like they're starting to breathe a little heavy here.
Oh, absolutely. It's warm out here. Great showing. Appreciate everyone that came out. I think we have about 300 people at the game. Absolutely fantastic.
Sideline is packed over here.
Definitely. Get these guys up on the skybox up top. San Diego State. Nice scrum there by Cal. Oh, and a nice inside line, just not taken in by the crashing wing there, Zach Tavner. Good look by Cal, just unable to get it done.
And offloading and through the gap.
And there he is with the stiff arm.
Skelly-toe, loop in with the first try of the day, the pride of La Mesa.
Very good look there by San Diego State. If you follow along over the past couple years, the stiff arm that he puts on is insane. That was try number 1 for Nick Lupien.
Always great hair game. Always looking fresh.
12 minutes in, that brings the score 5-0. And most importantly, he gets that line break and gets the try, but puts it down right in the center, makes it a nice, easier kick there for Nick Ely.
Good hard running, keeping the legs moving, staying on his feet.
It's all about that support line. He wasn't, we got the little bit of a half break there, and he's coming on that hard inside line to put the try down. Good showing. Kick is up and good. 7-0 San Diego State. Ball taking a little bit of time to get back in, giving both these sides a chance to catch their air.
San Diego State looking to keep their foot on the gas here.
Restart by Jamie Howells. Nice high kick. Might find touch. Tried to be saved there by Zach Tavner, but went straight out. Looked for San Diego State to take that scrum right in the middle. So with that kick going out, you actually do have the option of taking a quick line out. Cal right on the spot and kind of pilfered that. So we'll take a scrum center for San Diego State. So far, Cal's scrum's been definitely putting a lot of pressure on that offensive scrum of San Diego State. Definitely want to see if they can get a better, strong, stable platform, and we'll see right here. And a great counter scrum by Cal. We're gonna have a bit. Maybe have to get Jake looked at here. It was a high pass, and the winger there of Cal went up for it. Definitely dangerous play there by San Diego State, putting him under a lot of pressure. But hopefully everybody's all right. Maybe get a look at him.
I'd like to see that there wasn't a penalty awarded here. Nothing you can really do in that situation, especially when the wing jumps as high as he can in the air. Yeah, coming up on a good rush defense, it's hard to react. He didn't try to wrap. He tried to get under him and just got clipped.
Take a little bit of time here just to check out Jake. Just make sure, like we had mentioned, safety's first. Make sure everything's okay with his head, and kind of build from there. 15 minutes in, 7-0 San Diego State. Cal definitely has a lot of great players that they've worked through the entire program. Anyone in particular that's kind of stood out to you early on?
Definitely right now. I mean, this is Jack Orozco's first start of the season, so we'll see him at hooker today. See how he can produce for Cal right now.
Absolutely.
Like you mentioned earlier, Kevin Sullivan playing 2017 All-American, and Damon Wiley's leading the team with 8 tries in the 4 starts that he's had. And those are just the front row, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my goodness, fantastic. San Diego State, like we had mentioned, a couple early losses early on in the season here, but playing the top actually I'm pretty sure has the hardest strength of schedule early on throughout the year. You know, that kind of thing gets rewarded at the end of the game. Everybody seems to be all right. We'll set a scrum up here for Cal. Oh, I'm sorry. Scrum here to San Diego State. Knock-on was the call against Cal. Nice low platform. Under a lot of pressure, but San Diego State's able to get it.
Just missed the 10 there. Scooped up by Austin Switzer at 12. Looking to just reset. Started all over some forward play here.
Nice low tackle there by the tight head, Damian Wiley. Big run
by Casey at lock, 6'3", 224 junior from New Zealand.
Right. Austin puts it to the boot, and it gets
by.
Great run. That dry grass. Looking like the Phoenix Open out there. Oh, and a great look.
And a great tackle by Esmat Wardak.
Links up with the wing, Sam Crisano. Little lack of a launch there by San Diego State, and that's why you look at nice charging runs by Cal. Good launch by Nick Lupian, but still nothing coming back on the backside by San Diego State.
Knock on, picked up by San Diego State, playing advantage here.
And we look for them to ship it out wide. Puts it to the foot.
Trying to link up with his wing, Jake Danny. And just sending it back down the field.
The favorite part of a game for a forward. 4 kicks in a row.
Definitely. Little jog down and back. Catch your breath a little bit.
Absolutely. Always have to be constantly moving.
Let the backs do all the work.
We have a line out here for San Diego State thrown in by the flanker Esmat Wardak.
Again, great job by Nick Lupian and Jake Danny leaking up on the charge down. Slowing them up a little bit, putting them under pressure. Cal winning that line out from San Diego State.
Back's playing very well for both sides. Cal has an overlap, able to find it on just a little bit of a pressure there by Nick Lupian put on the
Jake Danny was given a gift there. Seemed to shoot up early in the line, causing a gap on the outside.
Absolutely.
The wing for Cal had a free line to the house there. And just took his eyes off the ball a little too early.
Yep.
Got to catch it before he can run with it, right, Jimmy?
Absolutely. But like you said, San Diego State definitely dodged something there. Could have been an easy try for Cal. Nonetheless, Cal clears to set up a line out. Nice kick there by Jamie Isles.
Again, if you're just joining us, follow us on social media at TVX Sports Video, hashtag TVX Sports Live, hashtag State Hits. How good was it to see Monty Montezuma out here this afternoon?
Fantastic.
Blowing the conch shell, getting our boys fired up.
I've never seen that before at a rugby game. Penalty against Cal. He was held on in contact. Tackle was made. He needed to place that ball back and did not do so. State with the ball. Look to clear and set up a line out.
As the crowd keeps growing on the sidelines.
Absolutely.
That's one of the best things to do is when you play when you have your pitch in the middle of campus here at San Diego State, even just bystanders walking around the beautiful campus here today, come see what all the commotion's about. Obviously, there are some Bears fans here.
They always show up. They have a great support system. All sports. Deep throw.
Just overshot again by Esmat Wardak. That's 2 in a row for him. Look to see him make an adjustment here coming up. He's shipping it wide and out of bounds again. Miscommunication in the backs of Cal right now.
Yeah, they're definitely getting away with a little bit. San Diego State, that is. That was the second time they had 2 out wide with no one ahead of them. Luckily, just that little bit of pressure was able to kind of cause a knock-on by Cal. Line out here for San Diego State. Look for them to maybe look for a higher percentage throw. If they're hitting those lineouts, you're going to put the Cal defense under a lot of pressure. Again,
lack of communication.
Absolutely. There's Isaiah. I apologize. Damian Wiley with the take up.
And Cal, just slight mistake. Sun in the eyes. Sweat in the eyes.
That'll set up a scrum here for San Diego State. 20 minutes in to the second half, 7-0.
San Diego State having a little chat as a team right now, trying to calm themselves down a little bit.
Definitely going to build from the line out. They're maybe have won one clean line out the entire game. Lucky to be able to have their hands on the ball as much as they have been. Mainly just probably due in part to the good defensive structure that they've had when they are on defense. But
both sides still making very small mental errors right now. Hate to see this happen, but I mean, at the same time, in the heat for Cal, coming down from Berkeley, where everything's in tree houses and shade.
It's definitely nice up there. It's not the 85 and sunny that we got down here. Cal been having their way with San Diego State in the scrum department so far. Look for them to try to do the same. State needing to make an improvement. Hard to put the back line under a lot of pressure.
And they do again. Getting wheeled out, picked up.
Picked up by the lock. Matty Walls.
Just stops his feet in contact. Esmont needs to charge a little harder in there.
Nice tackle.
Gets it out to the back. Sidestep by Ari Fleet. Cal conserving numbers on the breakdown.
Again, another big tackle by Thomas Sprodling.
And in from the side. After the tackle, you have to come through the gate.
Definitely the new rules that have been put in place by USA Rugby. Makes it a little bit harder to counter ruck. You can see that going on right now. Nicholas Gilly going to look to set up another line out. Hopefully San Diego State, when they had that little bit of chat, figured out what's going wrong, because you can't lose your offensive line outs at the frequency that they are right now. Cal absolutely fantastic in the one-up tackles as well. Not taking a lot of men to make them. Line-out was good, just not taken in cleanly by the 8-man Kai Simmons. San Diego State able to keep the ball. Just unable to get his hands on it. Jake Jorstad
spiking it like a volleyball once it hits his hands.
Scrum down for Cal, like we had mentioned. They're putting on an absolute clinic with the All-American loosehead, Kevin Sullivan.
He was already D1 Player of the Week after 4 tries versus Arizona on January 21st. He was also mentioned to be Man of the Match in the 2017 Varsity Cup in the 15th Championship. So a lot of accolades behind Cal right now.
Absolutely.
A lot of it's just based on reputation, and
they are a great program. We would definitely agree with you.
They always get a
nice
little
line
bit of a
leg
up.
Nice line by the scrum half of Cal. Oh, big crushing
big run by Descaro here.
Oh, what the fend.
Big stiff arm and run here.
Oh, absolutely fantastic. Isaiah Tungalava, the center. That's definitely one of those guys you got to put 2 men on. Look for Cal to do the quick tap, and they do.
Running with Damon Wiley here, offloading to the center and going back to Kevin Sullivan. Kevin Sullivan offloads to Spalding, gets the try for the first try for Cal this afternoon.
Putting together a lot of offensive lines there. Sets up that try in the corner for Cal. Good running rugby on display there. And it all really started from Isaiah Tungalava with that big run and fend on the back line of San Diego State.
Finding a little bit of a frantic defense in San Diego State right here.
Jake
Maybe
Manning.
a little gassed.
Jake Danny took a bit of a knock there, going to get looked at by the physio. There's your quick replay of that try by Cal. Thomas Spaulding with the try. Brings the score 5-7. San Diego State with the advantage. Jake Danny will have to take a quick bit of time to get a cut over the eye looked at. In comes the substitute, Pete Cagliano.
Again, great run by Jack Escaro for his first start this afternoon. Look him to get a lot of water here during this little break. Maybe bring out some sunscreen for Big Red there.
Yeah. It's not tan, it's burned. Kick is up and flush right down the middle. 7-7. It's about 30 in to the first half. Conversion good by Jamie Howells.
A lot of action here in the first half already. If you're just joining us, follow us on Twitter via @TVX Sports Video. Remember to use hashtag TVX Sports Live.
Restart here by the scrum half, Nick Gilly. Takes it deep.
Caught in the chest.
Cal ships it out wide using space. Good defensive launch there on the kick by San Diego State. Big crushing run, 2 men to take him down. That was Kevin Sullivan, the All-American. Nice cut in line there by Cal. Could have been close to shepherding, but not seen by the ref. Cal keeps possession.
Good hard charging line by the 8-man Thomas Robles.
Nice tackle there by Patty Walls, but he's able to get the offload on.
And the chest pass by Damon Wiley.
2 straight tackles by the substitute. And holding on the call. Also just right after that was a knock on. San Diego State was going to be able to get the ball there. Good showing so far here by Patty Walls after missing last week's game against St. Mary's. He's a big impact player on all sides of the ball, following his older brother who played here last year. Thanks again to all y'all that are following along on YouTube. We appreciate the support. Kick finds touch. Line out to San Diego State.
Little fun fact, Keanu Andrade went to De La Salle High School, where San Diego State coach Joe Fontana also
attended
and played football for the great De La Salle Spartans.
He did. I did not know that. I did know that, but I didn't really think of that. Awesome stuff there, Oren. Another bad line out by San Diego State, unable to win their own ball. Could have been knocked, but not seen there. Bit of loose play, so definitely difficult to make that call on it. Either way you're looking at it.
And they go out of bounds. Slight step. The foot finds touch while he picked the ball up, trying to make the pass. Didn't think no one was watching down on that end. And line out 1 by San Diego State, first of the day. Looking to ship it out to the back, so the backs go to work with it. Flip it around to the wing. Wing cuts up.
Jake Vassar with the run.
Needs to have good support. Backs need to ruck backs here when you get it on the outside.
Oh, and tough. Ref got in the way of the lines being run there by San Diego State. Game has to move on, though. Cal definitely on the front foot. And he finds the half gap there. Damon Wiley, who's going to back himself, be able to put it down in the corner, it looks like. Not really sure what's going to go on. We'll wait here for the call. Try is the call in the corner. Tight end prop Damon Wiley.
Damon Wiley.
Apologies.
At 5'11", 227, the sophomore from Pleasanton again. another De La Salle High School representative here for Cal Berkeley. He was a Football Player of the Year in 2015 by East Bay Times and Max Preps.
Yeah, they churn out talent up there. Jamie Howell is going to be attempting this conversion here. Spring 2017, he was 16 of 26 in his conversions.
It's not bad.
Better than me. Tough break there for San Diego State. Had the ball in hand, just a little bit a block by the ref led to that turnover. Cal right on the scene, able to turn that misstep into a try in the corner. Conversion is no good.
So what do you think should happen there in a situation like that? Do you think they should blow up play like they usually do? Stop play, do over, reset it?
I mean, it's kind of tough, right? It's a difficult question to answer.
Especially when San Diego State looked like they were having a good charging line.
Yeah, absolutely.
Leading on the front foot there in attack.
Absolutely.
Just botching the play up, mucking it up.
You'd probably want to kind of get a reset and maybe set a scrum, but
that's just the way the cookie crumbles.
Exactly. Not much you can do now. Try for Cal. Nice knuckle kick there. And it might be a knocked on. Launch there. Yep.
Knocked on. The knuckle puck. Shooting the knuckle puck.
That was a little. It was an interesting kick, but it got the job done. Knocked on by the try scorer Thomas Spaulding.
This is great field position here for SDSU. Look for them to try to capitalize, retain the ball. No stupid mistakes here down at this end.
And the one thing that Cal's been doing absolutely excellent at is their scrumming.
Indeed, look for the scrum half to try to get this ball out as fast as he can. Look for a big push from that front row of San Diego State.
Nice low profile by Cal and San Diego State. Quick push back. The ball is clear, but Cal's able to lock it up. Their scrumming is absolutely
fantastic. Great job by Thomas Spaulding again.
Bounce attack here by Cal. They have the numbers. Good defense by the backs of San Diego State. A lot of the forwards there of State are kind of condensed into a small bit of plot of land.
And a knock-on by Cal.
But look for him to play advantage. Jake scored that try 2 weeks ago against Grand Canyon.
Good hit up. Good tackle by Cal there on Jake Jorstad. We're going to get it to Austin Switzer.
A lot of sideways running.
Switzer going down.
Look at the defensive structure by Cal. Very good stuff. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Nick Lupian finding the lock Pat Walls out wide.
Pat Walls throwing defenders off him. Diving in with that ruck there. Still played on. Jake Jorstad refusing to go down until he gets some help. Ball being shipped out. Esmont to Austin Switzer there.
Yeah, it's definitely a penalty. Took a little bit too much time.
David Wiley just being a little selfish as a team player there.
Look for a line out here.
Cal playing great defense against San Diego State there.
Absolutely they are. Set up a kick for points. Anytime you're down in this area, against any team, but specifically Cal, you want to score points. You don't want to walk away with a goose egg. San Diego State going for points. 34 minutes into the first half, 12-7, Cal over San Diego State. Nick Gilly 1 for 1 on conversions. This is definitely going to be a more difficult kick going against the wind. First start for San Diego State.
Let's see if the little legs of Gilly can get it done here.
Commonly referred to as, I believe the boys call him the little chicken. Absolute stutter on the pitch, though.
You ever tried to catch a chicken like the old Rocky movies, Dean?
Never.
Kicks up, and it's good, right down the middle.
Beautiful.
Great job.
That brings the score 10-12, Cal over San Diego State.
He is small but mighty.
Absolutely. It's only getting hotter out here. Definitely see all these boys taking as much water as possible. Going to be a restart here for the fly half. Jamie Howells.
Getting into the last 5 minutes of play here in the first half.
Nice kick.
And in a touch once again.
Couple yards to the right. That's a beauty. There is a little bit of a wind coming here. Didn't really.
But not by much.
Not by much.
Not
Absolutely
a lot.
not. No. Agreed.
You just put a little too much on it, the excitement of the game.
Yep.
A little bit.
I mean, hey, I couldn't do it. I can't do a drop kill.
I can't.
Absolutely not.
I don't want to take away anything from him by that.
Not at all.
It's a good-looking kick.
Yeah, absolutely. We have a scrum here off the kick out of bounds for San Diego State. Hopefully San Diego State, having a little bit of chat amongst the forwards there we saw early on, can figure out the piece of the puzzle of this Cal scrum.
You'd like to see San Diego State still try to be aggressive here instead of just trying to survive this last 5 minutes.
Absolutely. Both sides put on a great performance. Definitely don't want to go in halftime last day.
Got to give the people what they want. Full game.
Scrum won by San Diego State, though ugly. Bit of a high tackle, but Kai Simmons
keeps his legs moving, keeps him churning.
Getting
that ball out into Jake Jorstad. Jake Jorstad taking it up on his own, keeps his legs trucking.
Pete goes alone, right over the ball. That's a great turnover.
And Nick Mearsham.
Oh, you can't do that, Trevor.
Their flanker, Nick Mearsham, from Barcelona, España.
Good defensive structure by Cal.
However, he did go to the British School of Barcelona.
Okay. And a great half gap taken there by the scrum half, Andrade. This is not how you want to be if you're San Diego State, with Cal with the ball in hand, working towards the middle, just at the end of half.
Look for San Diego State not to commit too many people into the breakdown here, spread their defense so they're not worn out thin on the outside here. Still great tackle there. Going to need a big launch by San Diego State defensively. Chopping him down
by the tight head.
Damon Wiley again. He may be 5'11", but he's 230 pounds.
Haas. Keeping the ball in tight. Picking drives here. Getting out near the goal line is Cal.
Looked like a little bit of an army crawl there at the end.
Nice tackle by Curtis Schmidt. Tries to go up. Curtis back to his feet again and able to knock down the try there by Cal. Ships it out wide. No one marks him, man. Try in the corner for Cal.
Great job by both teams offensively and defensively here down at the goal line.
Try by the fullback, Marcus Shanklin. And that all started just based off a turnover. San Diego State had the ball at half with a bit of momentum and unable to really get anything done. You give a team like Cal the opportunity to score at any point in time, they're going to get it done. Try down in the corner. Current sitting at 17-10 for Cal, pending the kick here by Jamie Howells. Definitely a tough kick from the corner. Look to take as much time as he can to put this into half. Kicks up. And it's good. Fantastic kick there. Brings the score 19-10. That'll work us into halftime. Good bit of rugby by both sides thus far in. Just some couple quick things to take. Anything you kind of noticed from San Diego State?
San Diego State still definitely holding their own a little bit. I think they are getting away with a little bit of errors here, and it's at the same time, it can cost them in the back end, just like if you just saw the last 2 minutes of that match right there.
Absolutely.
So in the second half, I'd like to see them, dig down, get a little bit more grit. Usually in the games like this, like I said before, the toughest teams that play the longest usually win.
Agreed.
And right now, the game is not out of hand yet. So still keeping
very
it close. Still
yeah.
keeping it close. I've seen way worse and bounce back.
Yep.
So I'd like to see San Diego State's team battle back here and come in with a little bit more aggression and re-energize in the second half here.
And San Diego State is for sure a second half team. We saw that last week. Cal, obviously great all over the field. They definitely had their share of mistakes and able to kind of get out of the second half with a 19-10 lead. Just real quick before we take you into halftime, take a quick second, recognize our team here at TVX Sports. They cover local sports, San Diego, from the little kids all the way up to obviously college here. And yeah, they take pride in their ability to bring you local live sports, and all the team here wants to say thanks for tuning in. It really means a lot. San Diego State's going to be on the road for the next 2 weeks. They'll have a conference game against UC Davis and then a non-conference game up in LA against UCLA. Our next live stream on TVX Sports will be Saturday, February 24th at 1 o'clock. Make sure you tune in. You're not going to want to miss that. Thanks for all. Just make sure you stay tight, stay next to the tube. We got a good second half coming up for you.
It all comes with teamwork, so I don't feel like it was my individual try, but a team try. Off the set piece, we had a really good play. It just happened to get to me on the outside, so I felt like it was more of a team try, but it was really awesome to get my first try as a college athlete. Oh yeah, my family was watching. They sent me some pictures right after. They're really, really proud of me.
Yeah, last week, tough game against St. Mary's. First half was a little bit of a letdown for us, but we came out second half, played much better, showed some improvement, and we got a little bit more out of the performance. So the film breakdown and talking through the last 40 minutes with the guys was very productive.
We really didn't come out the way we wanted to. We came in with a game plan and just didn't really stick to it. But as far as coming out the second half and just trying to up the tempo a little bit, we had a couple guys come in that second half and really bring the energy, and you can really see the difference between the two halves. Just energy-wise.
First half came out a little flat, just not coming up hot enough on defense. Almost like that mindset of they're that number one team, and not really giving it that full state hits feeling. And then second half though, it came out really showed who we are. Had some great subs come on, like Nico and a few other kids that came on, just really gave that elevation of energy.
Just been playing 9 ever since I started playing rugby. There's always a little 9 kind of competition within the game. I also just try to take the other 9 out of the game. Part of that game, he was so focused on me, he wasn't really organizing his team, and I was just getting in his head the whole game, trying to lift my team up and just keep those energy levels going, especially in a tough game like that.
Yeah, so I think the one thing that we turned around quite a bit in the second half is on defense, we didn't sit and wait for St. Mary's to come to us. They're the type of team where if you put them on the front foot or you let them make the move on attack, you're going to be chasing them all day.
I'm really proud of how we responded in the second half, particularly the last 20 minutes of the second half. We really rushed them when we played defense. Our line speed, we were right in their face, and it really opened up our offensive play on go-forward ball.
There were some moments where I think we showed that we can start to approach playing at that level and that type of performance with a team like St. Mary's, and that's encouraging. But, again, obviously a lopsided match, and looking to improve those little things moving forward so that we're a little bit better poised to play against Cal.
So I think we learned what it takes to compete with the number one team in the nation, and if we can put that last 20 minutes into a full 80-minute game, then we can get towards where we want to be.
In the first half of the game, we started off slow, but we realized what we had to do, and in the second half, I think we really brought it. And if we bring that intensity against Cal, I think we have a real good shot at winning.
and we're back. Thanks everyone again for tuning in. Hey, Orrin, just real quick, you and I both went to San Diego State. We've had our share of difficult games playing topside. San Diego State put on a pretty good performance thus far. How do you feel the second half's going to look here?
I'm really happy with how close they've actually kept it here. Obviously, playing against a tough opposition like Cal, we're not your typical silver spoon kind of team.
Exactly.
So even with this, we like to see our guys dig a little deep. War of attrition. Who wants to be the toughest player on the field today?
Absolutely. And the kick is up. San Diego State going to start with the ball here. Very sloppy, but able to be pulled in there by Nick Gilly. Keeping it in tight with the forwards. Curtis Schmidt with the quick pick and go. Same followed up by Jake Jorstad. Great defensive launch there by San Diego State. Couple second half subs here for Cal. Number 22, Christian Dyer. He's now playing outside center. He popped in for Adam Roska. Make sure to look to follow him along as the second half progresses. Number 22.
San Diego State looking to alleviate some of the pressure right here. Didn't get the ball out quite as downfield as they wanted to, but we'll see what they can do right here.
Nice line out thrown by the Cal Bears. Big run by the inside center. He gets through the half gap. He's going to be able to link up with the just debutant. Christian Dyer comes in, makes a quick impact try right in the center for Cal. Not the way you want to start if you're San Diego State.
If you're just joining us, remember to follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook at TVX Sports Video, or on all our social media outlets. Hashtag TVX Sports Live, hashtag State Hits.
That's probably the worst way you want to start a half.
Definitely not the way they had it in the playbook.
No, absolutely not. Yeah, but try in the center again by Christian Dyer, followed up with a proper conversion by the fly half, Jamie Howells. That brings the score to 26-10, Cal Bears.
Well, let's see how San Diego State responds here defensively.
Absolutely. Just as we were saying, San Diego State's a second half team. Cal, obviously, one of those teams that keep the foot on the pedal the entire match. Getting that sideways and kick, but it's going to go directly out to touch.
Just put a little too much on it. Both restarts for San Diego State and Cal all keep seeing a fine touch here by both teams.
It's a little windy, but not that bad. Here we go, Cal again with something they've been doing really well all day, scrummaging.
Gonna need San Diego State in those locks to really get in there nice and tight. Help that front row hold that platform against Cal's.
Absolutely.
Strong pack.
Better defensive scrum. Oh no, a bit of a hit the B button, if you will.
A little fillet.
Cal with ball in hand.
And there's a shoe on the ground. Someone lost a boot. And again, it's number 6, Thomas Spaulding with the missing boot and the run.
Inside switch line, and he finds a gap.
Good hard running by the Cal backline.
Christian Dyer coming off the bench, making a sudden impact. Good support there, and already has a try to his name.
San Diego State just catching on defense here. Not launching very well.
Look for Cal to keep the ball in hand. Keep it in tight. Big run there by Damian Wiley. Just near the line to try to be put in. Ball's going to be held up. Good defense by Jake Jorstad, able to get under him there. Keep him from getting a try. Quick tap taken. Big run by the loose head All-American Kevin Sullivan. Just kept out. Fanatic defense by San Diego State, but again unable to keep the Cal Bears out of the try zone. That'll be a try for the
Jack Iscaro again.
Yeah, he's all over the pitch today.
This is his first start of the season, but already having a big impact in this game. He's from Only Marion.
And Cal just right away. Love to hear what Coach Clark had to tell him at halftime that's made this quick of an impact and turnaround on the offensive Cal. They are playing like they're on a mission to show that first half wasn't what they were here to be about. 31-10, Cal over San Diego State.
Interesting fact about the try scorer, Jack Iscaro. Father Paulo played and Uncle Marco played international rugby for Italy.
Oh, that's pretty sweet.
He has a brother that played at Penn State, but we won't get into that.
And we'll have the restart here by Nick Gilly. This one looks like it'll be playable.
Again with that flanker, Nick Mearsham.
Cal playing a lot more fluid and loose with the ball, a lot more comfort. On another big run there. Esmont Wardak right over the ball.
Hold on, Kyle. Esmont, little workhorse. One thing that he's always brought to this program is his motor.
Absolutely.
He's a fitness freak, ladies and gentlemen.
Just got into pre-workout, you were saying?
Yes.
That's pretty interesting.
First time ever trying it out. Scared to think what happened when he took his first sip of that.
And they take the quick tap. Nice run there by Austin.
And putting down the 8-man, Thomas Robles. Curtis Schmidt trying to do a big hit up here. Gets stuffed and dumped.
Beauty there on defense by Cal. Almost knocked on. Explosive run. Knee was down, able to play the ball here. And a big
hit, big offload. Ari Flink
finds the space, looking for somebody to link up with. No support.
And gets the support by Esmont Wardak. Gets the ball back for some quick ball. A lot of action here. And
a knock on by San Diego State. Cal able to keep the ball in hand after two great works there by Ari, lining up with Esmont. San Diego State just unable to get the job done. Knock on by the lock.
Ari Finkelstein coming through.
Absolutely. Here's the replay here. You see the nice unders line. Just finds that half gap. Looks for support. No one there, but of course, like you just had mentioned, the workhorse himself, Esmont Wardak, able to get it done. Unfortunately, just a little loose there and have a knock on. Scrum down for Cal.
Cal playing it, and just a slip. Fullback looking at Ari Flink, gets the support by the wing. Just fun run and catch rugby here for Cal.
Ran down by Jake Jorstad. Shows why he's a U19 player. San Diego State with the ball in hand and space to work with. Ari all over the place. Able to stay in.
And blocked.
Like Pete's face.
By Pete's face. Oh.
And these
frantic
kicks are not really what you want to do when you're under a lot of pressure, especially against a team like Cal.
Lots of friendly fire in that little segment there.
Yeah, two guys.
Little back and forth,
kicks.
just kicking it into their own players. One off the face, and one off the crotch.
That's not what you want to see. 33-10, Cal over San Diego State. 8 minutes in here to the second half. Going to see some substitutions here. Chase Pickwell going to be coming in for, I believe, Liddell Dunlap. And in comes the freshman. I believe that's who that was. Hang tight for us real quick.
Ian Tarr?
Yep, you are correct. Ian Tarr is going to be coming in for Liddell, and Chase Pickwell coming in for Trevor Jackson. Another substitution here for Cal at fly half. Howells is off. On is Elliott Webb. He'll be wearing number 21. Liddell Dunlap putting in a good shift there for San Diego State.
San Diego State needs to play some hard defense here. Coming up. Just catching that little half gap there.
Might have been held on.
He was held on, and they awarded.
That'll be the penalty. Tough bang kind of call. It's always difficult, especially when you take the ball into contact. If you don't feel anyone there, I mean, that's what you're going to do.
Hard to feel if a guy really has you held up or not. If he's just on your shoelaces a little bit.
Absolutely.
Scrambling around to place the ball, you feel like nobody's on you.
Kick to clear. Nick showing his boot today, doing very well.
Lines up the light post on the sidewalk. Very nice. Gets the ball bounced right back in nice and close. No one has to go chase that one down.
What a guy.
Think you planned that?
Maybe.
I would have.
Esmont going to be here with the throw in. San Diego State not doing too well on the offensive lineouts. Definitely somewhere they can obviously improve on. But Cal also has a great defensive lineout in their own.
Able to peel that ball back and get it back in the hands.
Yep. Oh, and they're shoveling things.
Playing a little frantic down in that end.
Not where you want to be.
Hard to tell from our angle what's happening down in that corner.
Nice kick. Takes the pressure off, if just for a minute.
Look for San Diego State to catch their breath here a little bit before the ball gets thrown back in. Regroup. Just calm things down a little bit. They really need to work on their defensive launch here this second half. Looks like the war of attrition is not in their favor right now.
Yeah, Cal looking very fit on this hot day here on the Mesa.
You like to see San Diego State start to rely on their senior leadership here on this team. Look for guys to start picking each other up a little bit more. The game is definitely not over yet.
Absolutely not. 12 minutes into the second half.
Oh, possibly stolen by San Diego State, scooped up. Knocked on.
But for Cal to take the quick tap. Jack, the hooker.
Jack Escaro.
With the try as
Puts
well.
It down, Big Red. Get him some extra water and sunscreen this afternoon.
Good run by him.
Great try score right there.
Spot on, able to dot it down. Cal showing why they're the number 4 team in the nation, putting the foot to the pedal and trying to put this game out of hand. Like I said, whatever got into them at the second half has shown paid dividends early on in the second.
Cal always really fundamentally sound.
Absolutely.
Always has great skills. But like you saw in the first half, they play a little frantic when they get that opposition right in their face right off the bat. Look for San Diego State to try to replicate that what they did in the first half a little bit more.
Kicks up and good by Elliott Webb. That brings the score 38-10.
If you're just joining us for the second half, welcome. Join us at TVX Sports Video on all of our social media outlets, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Remember, at TVX Sports Video, hashtag TVX Sports Video Live, hashtag State Hits.
Just about 14 minutes into the second half here. Cal putting on a great display of offensive fortitude. Mind you, it was 19-10 at half. Cal, 3 quick tries to start this thing off here.
Good hit defensively there. Cal committing a lot of guys to that breakdown. Good hard running by Damon Wiley here.
A guy like that, you can't go up top to try to tackle him. You got to try to chop him and bring him down quick. High tackles aren't going to work against these props.
And Kevin Sullivan with another hard run. The props doing all this hard work for Cal here. And the forward.
Big run by Ben Casey, who finds his outside Mr. Webb, who's going to dot it down right in the middle, and he'll set himself up with a relatively easy kick, getting it right down between the posts. The fitness is just showing right now. Cal putting on a great display here in the second half.
You can see the fatigue definitely set in on San Diego State right now.
43-10, Cal Bears. $45-10. That was, again, Elliott Webb just came off the bench about 2-3 minutes ago. Impact substitution there by the Bears. Nice inside line by Ben Casey off the service by Elliott Webb, who was able to find his home man right there again. Try Bears.
In a school like Cal with the reputation of having solid programs of the past, definitely helps you recruiting-wise to keep your team stacked. Building that competition within your program.
Absolutely.
Drawing some of the best college rugby into the country.
Iron sharpens iron, if you will.
Oh,
a
big
hit
hit
by Nick Lupien.
By Nick Lupien there, trying to make up for that missed tackle that he had, but usually a sure tackler puts it back on display for you just there. Still, San Diego State on that back end, catching the attack here, not really launching up.
Only a couple guys launching, a couple guys aren't. Bad thing with that is if you have fragmented defense, all you're doing is creating gaps for the offense.
San Diego State getting a little frustrated there, holding on. Good hard running by the front row of Cal.
On the A-gap.
And the 9, Keanu Andrade.
Lines up with their Kevin Sullivan, the All-American.
Just quick pick and goes by the 8-man Thomas Robles, and he gets out, but he doesn't have a lot of support there. And out for a one-on-one. Good tackle by Austin Switch. Good offload back into his fullback. Good hard run back in by Damon Wiley. Looking to ship it back out to the backs here. Just getting it wide.
Oh, and a hard
running
line.
by Esmont Wardak. Gets tripped up.
The props of Cal are all over the place. Great in the scrum, great in loose play, great on defense. If you can have two props like they do, Sullivan and Wiley, I mean, that's the perfect scenario.
Definitely. Kevin Sullivan, a senior at 6'2", 271 out of San Francisco, California. Went to St. Ignatius Prep out of high school. Again, Damon Wiley, the sophomore.
He's taking in a little bit of air right now. The physio coming in to check on him. I mean, I get it. He's been all over the pitch today. Get that guy a Gatorade. San Diego State's physio here looking at the scrum half, Nico Gilly. Just making sure he's all right. May see a substitution here. Maybe moving Esmont back to 9. Looks like that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, it looks like she's going to have to take Gilly off the field here, really clip that weakness away.
He's been doing fantastic today. That'll bring on number 18, Connor Bellinger, the freshman. San Diego State having a fair amount of freshmen actually on the pitch right now.
They are a fairly young team.
Absolutely, yeah.
But definitely still like to see that competitive nature about them.
"19 minutes into the second half. 45-10, Cal Bears. And that ball is lost. Try looks for Cal. Thomas Robles. He's been all over the field today. Able to add a try to his name. bring score pending the conversion, 50-10. Cal Bears.
Robles was actually a 2016 All-American mention for 15s. He attended Santa Rosa Junior College.
Again, Cal has been putting on a great display in the scrum department. San Diego State with the ball in, unable to win their own ball, leads to an easy try for the 8-man Thomas Robles. Conversion coming here by Jamie Howells. Oh, I'm sorry, by Elliot Webb. Kick is up. Kick is good. 52-10, Cal Bears. Again, beautiful day out here. Pardon me, 54-10 for Cal after that conversion.
And knocked on by Cal, taken by San Diego State. Jake Jorstad charging hard, trying to build this little spark for the San Diego State team. Coming into Austin Switzer.
Nice line there by Ari Flink. Cal right over the ball. He just took his eye off it, but the ball might have gone back. Just kidding, it did not.
I don't even think it hit him.
Knock on by the 8-man Kai Simmons.
Ball didn't even hit him. On very unfortunate angle for the ref. Looked like a knock on. Call it a knock on.
Another sub here for the Cal Bears. Damian Wiley earned himself a good rest. He's going to be going off. On comes number 18, Henry Baylor. Can't say more than what we already have about Damon Wiley. Fantastic showing. Put a bit on roller skates there, Jake Vassar. Oh, and
just running by.
And he's able to kind of come out of nowhere, makes the tackle after putting on skates.
Playing the advantage of the high tackle, or the outside, sorry.
Cal might be looking to move it quick. Quick tap put on there by Andrade. Big run by Tongalava.
By Curtis Schmidt, looking for that contact and that head up.
Chip through. And dotted down by Marcus Shanklin.
Yeah, Shanklin noticed the mismatch against Jake Jorstad, who's a prop. Able to call for that squib kick through. Gets it down.
Here's your quick replay.
Little grubber through the hole there.
Pops up right into the old bread basket, and he dots it down. 59 pending the conversion. 10 Cal Bears.
James, you've been known to have some of the best skills as a hooker and front row player in your heyday.
Yeah.
You ever been able to put a grubber down?
I've been known to a time or two. Never in a game, because that's not my repertoire. I like to keep it flush, keep it tight. But in a game of touch or a nice training session, yeah, I'll put it to the toe.
I mean, you're known for your goose step.
Yes, correct. Taught by Brendan Purcell, San Diego State prop legend, has definitely showed me how to put the goose. And the goose is definitely loose when I played back in my day. Look for the restart here by Austin Switzer after the substitution, taking Nico Geely out. Ball did not go 10. Look for the scrum here for the Bears. 59-10 here. 24 minutes into the second half.
Platform there by both teams.
Another substitution for the Bears. Kevin Saunders on for Tongalava. He'll be in number 20.
Ball is blocked. Ball's up in the air. Still taken by Cal, able to retain the ball.
Attacking those A-gaps. Jake Jorstad's there, but unable to get him to ground.
Sebastian Bader here. Locke picking up the ball. Just San Diego State, Nicola being able to get him down.
Nick's been all over the pitch today making tackles. Definitely part of his game that he's known for is that defensive prowess. Another substitution here for San Diego State. James Heinzman comes in at the lock.
Backs calling for it out here on the wide side with Cal, and
finds a half gap, gets past Austin Switzer, but a big tackle by the fullback Ari Flink, who tries to clean up another. Holding on.
Great tackle by the Flinkelstein.
Yeah, he's always there, man. He's making those tackles when needed.
Definitely one of San Diego State's back strengths are the tackling of Nick Lupien, pride of La Mesa.
Yeah, he's
Ari Flinkelstein.
He's all over the place. Look for State to find touch here. Coming in hot. Warren almost hit you there. You all right?
I would have worn it.
All right, good, good.
Again, if you're tuning in with us, thank you for joining on YouTube at TVX Sports Video. Remember, don't just follow us on YouTube, follow us on all of our social media outlets on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at TVX Sports Video. Hashtag TVX Sports Live, hashtag State Hits.
Another substitution for Carlos Ramirez. In comes number 20, Kenny Villafana.
And another overthrow by the new hooker, Ian Tarr.
San Diego State definitely will know what they have to work on coming next for their next game, the line out. But, I mean, that's easier said than done with a great defensive line out that Cal has. Shifting it through the hands is Cal. Skills on display. Good scrag tackle there by the hooker, Curtis Schmidt.
Austin Switzer just puts his head down, takes his eyes off the tackler, grabbing it air.
Gotta see what you want to hit. Nice tackle there by Connor Bellinger, the freshman lock, pardon.
And good hit right there. Scooping at the legs, trying to get him down. Kevin Sullivan, a big guy at 270, trying to bring down. Gets the ball out to the backs, one-handed grab. Nick Lupien there to bring him down. And with the steal. And behind the back. Ooh.
Tough. He was definitely away.
Very suspect call.
Looks like he didn't release.
And a knock-on.
Tough there.
Ball don't lie.
Tough break there for Cal. I think you might have seen it better than me, Oren. Was not releasing the call there against Nick?
I wasn't quite too sure. I knew that it looked like after he made the tackle, as he was down, he was able to strip the ball away.
And Pete was definitely away for the races, but not today.
There's a big scrum here for San Diego State. Want to see that platform hold strong. See if they can really peel it back around the outside here. Or if they can
nice scrum there by State. Pete puts it into one hand. He's great in the contact. Real lanky spider, if you will. High service puts the option out the back. Nick shifts it through the hands. Finds Pat Walls out wide. He's all alone. Cal's going to be able to take that ball right away. Can't be out there by yourself. Cal with the turnover.
Yeah, need a little bit more awareness on the outside. If you're outside by yourself, stay up as long as you can and wait for that support.
Absolutely. Oh, and a big launch there by Austin, but he's unable to put him to the ground. Oh, and he finds the wing.
And
Zach Tabner with the try. His first on the day.
Great hard running by the back line of Cal with a little bit more of that forward support there. You like to see a little bit of that mixture in and out, everybody working around the ball as a team.
That brings it 64-10 for the Bears. You know, San Diego State just high in contact. It's a lot. I don't know about you, but I'm pretty sure a lot easier to tackle a guy around the legs than it is the chest.
And it's a lot easier to get down low when you're not as tired.
Absolutely. You hit the proverbial nail.
As soon as you start fatiguing, skills and techniques start to lack.
Absolutely.
So
Cal putting on a masterclass here in the second half. Just a quick reminder, at half it was 19-10 Bears.
A little half flinch by the...
But it's up, and it's good by Elliott Webb conversion.
Again, in the final 10 minutes of the match here on the Mesa San Diego State campus. Beautiful day out here.
Absolutely.
Join us after the match if you're in town. A little Woodstock's pizza action.
That's not true at all.
That's not true at all.
Pizza's here.
It's on the field.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
Come to the field. Check it out.
But while we got you on the subject, Woodstock's fantastic pizza, good supporter of the program here. The garlic bird, fantastic pie. Austin Switzer here with the restart, 66-10, Bears over Aztecs.
And a good hit there.
Taken in by Spaulding, he's able to keep it in contact.
Nice tackle by Curtis Schmidt. Wrangle him down. Hard charging forwards here. Good switch line.
He's going to link up with outside center Dyer, who's going to get his second try of the game, puts it down in the corner. You see it again, just small mistakes here lead to negative outcomes.
Dyer with 2 tries as a sub coming in the second half.
He's looking for that start.
Probably doesn't even need to wash his kit when he gets home. Hasn't been brought down all day.
He's running real good hard lines. Brings us 71-10. Here's the quick replay. Dyer with the corner and the try. About 8 minutes left here in the second half. Webb with a tough kick here in the corner. He's been pretty good with the boot since coming off in the second half.
Still, San Diego State needs to step it up a little bit, find a little spark, finish this match out strong.
Absolutely. The first half was fantastic. Pat Wall still putting in the work, trying to charge that one down, and it's good. Great kick, brings the score 73-10, Cal Bears. Thanks again to everyone that's tuned in all day today, wherever you're watching. We appreciate it. Make sure to hit that like button on YouTube. Make sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Kicks up, that'll be 10.
And
nice pressure by Walls. Cleaned up by Heinzman. Pickwell with a nice hard run. He's coming off of an injury that's been kind of plaguing him the whole year. Trying to find ground, and he does. Cal's going to have to release. Diving over, definitely going to be the call there. Hit him right in the chest. 2 more subs here for the Bears. Brian Joyce, number 16, in at hooker, and number 17, George Salter, in at lock for Bader.
Bader and Orozco both coming off the pitch, letting their other buddies come in for them. Solid performances on both of them by the day.
That line out finds touch. Ian Tarr, his second line out throw of the day. Ian, the freshman hooker from the San Diego area. Official not happy with this amount of space given there. Ask the boys to reset. Large gap. San Diego State walking in. Errant throw. Cleaned up.
There's Nick Mearsham once again at the flanger spot coming in.
Finds Casey out wide. Never won a big lock running against a wing, but Pete's able to lock him down. Oh, and they got the numbers out wide. Finds the fullback Shanklin, who's going to get his second try on the day. Set up by Dyer.
Just too many committed inside right there, not able to fan out and spread out across the field and cover everybody on the outside there. Had a little 3-on-1 against Nick Lupien. Wing coming up a little late in support there.
Fitness definitely playing a factor. The boys at San Diego State looking for as much air as possible. Unable to really keep the Bears at bay throughout this entire second half. Again, 2 back-to-back games, real tough here for San Diego State. Last week taking on St. Mary's, and this week taking on the perennial contender, Cal Bears, number 4. But you play these tough teams, you schedule these tough teams, so when you get into your regular season games, you've already played those testers, if you will. Curtis Schmidt looking to chase it down, trying to bend that one in, just out wide is the attempt by Webb.
Nice aerial shot of the field here on the pitch. Looking through a little bit of San Diego State's campus. Phenomenal architecture right here by the music building. Open air theater and lots of concerts go on there in the middle of campus as well.
We have another substitution. Alfonso Solis coming in. Played football growing up his whole life. I believe he was just kind of walking by practice one day and decided to make the switch. You and I both played football growing up. Pretty happy I made that switch over to rugby. But we also didn't play at Arkansas State like you are.
Yeah, I'm not going to go there. However, I did meet a legend of USA Rugby and the guy that got me into playing rugby, Jarvis Albury.
He's a fantastic guy.
Supposedly taught Zach Test how to go for the high ball, self-claimed.
Wow.
Debatable. We'd like to sit Jarvis and Zach down, have that conversation another time.
Yeah, Zach Test, who helps out with the program here at San Diego State. Great guy. Helped out the sevens team all early in the year. Cal not letting off here. All substitutions in.
Tries to burn on the wing.
Oh,
and
nice
with a missed pass.
Oh, and he's
Didn't
out.
know if he planned that or not. Just great support by Cal there.
And he got another try for Cal.
Looked to be
Kevin Saunders with the try there for Cal. Sorry about that.
Looked to be a little bit of a miss pass there, a little mistake made, but like you said, Kevin Saunders coming in right there, catching that errant pass, if you would.
I mean, support lines really set that up, right? Trusting your guy the inside and the outside that he's going to be there, and he is, and they're able to dot that one down. This one's just pretty out of hand at this point.
Yes, I would say so.
83.
Again, like us on Facebook, TVX Sports Video.
Conversion up. And it's good for Webb. 85-10.
Down to the final minute here, maybe 2, depending on injury time.
Sammy, nice pass. Go.
Boot is up. This one's going to find straight out. Going to set up a scrum where Cal's been doing work all day here. Nice little move here. Going to have a knock on against Cal. Penalty against the Aztecs. Looks like the back line wasn't back 10.
And quick tap taken by Cal outside to number 6. Spalding again. Still hasn't come out of the game. Playing a full 80 minutes for the Cal Bears here. And just recycling back out to the forwards.
80 minutes, that'll bring us to full time here. Cal definitely not going to let off.
8-man Thomas Robles charging hard and shaking off defenders here, refusing to go down. Holding on is a call. San Diego State ball.
Full time here. Definitely don't expect State to kick it out, regardless of how it is. But I've been wrong before, so. And they kick it out, and that'll probably bring us to full time here. Never mind. Probably the last bit of phase play here for the Aztecs and Bears.
You know, after a game like this, you'd like to see some of the San Diego State players just kind of regroup.
Absolutely. I mean, coming into it, they knew they had a tough bit, playing a top program like Cal. First half was fantastic, forwards and backs alike. Nice run there by Austin. He's all over the pitch. Nice pop up to the running Ian Tarr. Loose play, but Cal's going to have the ball on, knock on here, and that'll bring us to full time. 85-10, Cal Bears over San Diego State Aztecs. Make sure to stay tuned. We're going to have a post-match interview with one of the Bears. Anything you kind of take from San Diego State there in that second half?
You know, after a performance like that, it's really tough to see them kind of not come out with that fire that they had in that first half. So you just got to find that spark that keeps you going and maybe hopefully rally a little bit around that and come out a little bit better in that second half. Usually San Diego State, being a second half team, did not show on this match. Maybe they have to kick the can home as a team and figure it out on their own.
Not really sure what that means, but I agree. Cal, had a bunch of impact subs come off the bench and get a couple tries, 2 for Dyer, 1 for Webb, and 1 for Saunders. All definitely had their impact coming off the bench. San Diego State kind of moves forward, going up to Davis next week.
The town.
Yeah, definitely going to be still a bit of a defensive struggle there, but look for them to maybe try to get on that winning side here. Haven't been able to get a win early on with 3 losses against 3 fantastic teams. Those are just kind of things that they're going to build upon. Like we mentioned, a pretty young team. It's here popping up on the schedule. Away at UC Davis, away at UCLA, and then we're back here February 24th taking on UC Santa Barbara. Myself and you alike playing against Santa Barbara is always an interesting game, to say the least. So definitely make sure you tune in, follow us along on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. That will keep you in the loop for the upcoming games. And that game will be at 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock kickoff, February 24th. Make sure you tune in then.
Again, Cal Berkeley putting on an impressive display.
So Coach Litchik, Coach Fontano pull the guys aside, have a chat with them, kind of build from there. Thanks again to everybody. Thanks to the crew here at TVX Sports for putting on today's stream. Thanks for following along. Stay tuned. We're going to take a quick break. We might have a nice little interview here with one of the Bears. Stay tuned. Thank you.
Avs come away with it, and it's Conrad. And a flag flies. Should be man-up opportunity coming up here for Virginia. And they're dead there. Oh, score! We've got a one-goal game. It's 11-10 with 2:13 to go here in the third.
Yeah, you wonder about the energy level of Cornell. You wonder if Coach Kerwick wants to take a timeout, kind of let them get the breather. Because when you have to play this tempo for 60 minutes, guys are going to start to get tired. You're going to start putting guys in that might not have logged the minutes that you would want them to log before going into a game like this.
And we're back here with Thomas Robles of Cal. Put on a great showing, 1 try, I believe, on the day.
Yeah, 1 try on the day.
You guys had a fantastic second half. That first half was pretty close. Did San Diego State kind of come with a little bit more than you were expecting, or just the travel? Or
Well, you know, we had a long travel day yesterday, but you always have to give your opponent what they deserve, and they definitely came out strong. A lot of energy. San Diego definitely can put the shoulder into you.
Absolutely.
So I have to say that they played well, but it was a combination of what they did on their behalf and then what the lack of things we were doing on our behalf. So I think we came out in the second half, we were a lot more composed, we had a game plan, and that wasn't necessarily the case in the first half.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, just kind of looking at kind of building from the scrum, your guys' scrum is absolutely fantastic. Those your 2 props are studs out there. Actually, the whole entire front row.
The front row, yeah.
Really makes it a lot easier for an 8-man with that clean kind of run at the backs, right?
Absolutely. I'm lucky to have the piggies up front. You know?
If you want to call them that, that's totally
that's
fine.
our forward pack.
Yeah,
Piggies,
absolutely,
you know?
absolutely. Yeah, I mean, you guys put on a great performance all day. We always appreciate having a great program like you guys come down.
Oh, thank you for having us.
Yeah, absolutely. Not much more we can really say. Look forward to seeing you guys kind of progress through the entire season. Thank you for taking time away to come chat with us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. Great
Thank you,
stuff out
James.
there. Yeah, fantastic.
Cheers.
Have a good one. Thanks
too.
again for everyone checking in. Make sure to stick along. We'll see you in a couple weeks back here against Santa Barbara. Have a good weekend.